Sometimes people ask me if it is worth spending some extra money to get an original Olympus flash for doing macro photography, or if you should just go with a cheaper Godox flash. And in this video we're going to explore that topic. I was lent one of Olympus' more popular, I think, flashes. This is the FL-700WR from Olympus, and it comes in at around $350 here in Sweden, so it is a pretty expensive flash. It is loaded with 4 AA batteries, but it is still pretty compact for being a 4 AA battery flash. Let's compare it with a very popular flash from Godox, the TT685. And this flash is a bit older. I bought it several years ago and it was very cheap, like $70, I think. And I've been using it a lot, and it's really powerful, it's really good. This is also a 4 AA battery flash, as you can see here. But if we stack these up against each other, you can see that the Godox is far bigger than the Olympus. But the Godox is also supposed to be far more powerful. Still, both of them are loaded with 4A batteries and they seem to weigh around the same. Another popular option and my all-time favorite flash for macro photography is the Godox v350. And as you can see, it is more compact than the Olympus FL-700WR. And that is one of the main reasons I love the Godox. It is super compact, yet it is extremely fast and extremely powerful for fast focus stacking. The Godox comes in at around 1,800 Swedish kronor, it's like $180 US, and it uses a custom lithium battery, so it does not use AA batteries. And I think that is one of the secrets as to why it can be so compact yet powerful. So recently I decided to go out on a photo walk with the Olympus FL-700WR. The VR, by the way, stands for weather resistant, I think, because this is a weather resistant flash, which is good. But I was actually disappointed and a bit surprised, because as you know, the reason macro photographers love the OM system so much is because of the incredible capabilities to do fast focus stacking of live insects. It is truly remarkable and it works really, really well. What surprised me was that this very expensive flash from Olympus did not really keep up the same way my Godox flashes do. It only took like 3 or 4 photos at most in a row before it had to take a break. Most of the time it only took like 2 photos and then it took a break, and then it took a few more and then it took a break. So it was really frustrating when I'm used to the Godox v350, which can take up to 30 photos in a row without taking a break. I asked my followers on Instagram about this and tried to get some feedback, like, is this a common problem? I got one reply from an Olympus ambassador, and his FL-700WR could take a longer series with like a bit fewer breaks. So I think also it can vary from unit to unit. The same way, for example, when I bought my first Godox v350, I was super disappointed. It didn't work well at all. I hated that flash. Then I decided a couple of years later to buy another one, which is this one, and it has worked really, really well. So there seems also to be a lot of variability between units on flashes. So just because you try one unit of a particular brand doesn't mean that all of them will perform the same way. So it's really quite tricky to navigate this jungle of flashes for fast focus stacking. Either way, the best thing a reviewer like me can do is to try the item that I have in my hands, and this was sent to me by a marketing representative of OM System. Besides me being a bit disappointed when using this out in the field, I'm also gonna do an indoor test right now so you can see for yourself what I mean with the differences between these three popular flashes. Before that, I just wanna also mention something I noticed, which is quite interesting, that Olympus works a lot with ambassadors. These are really skilled photographers, mainly within wildlife. And from what I understand, please correct me if I'm wrong, from what I understand, the ambassadors, they get paid by Olympus to be an ambassador for the brand, talk about how great the equipment is and so on. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that they actually get access to all the like lenses and cameras and flashes and stuff from Olympus, so they can use any items they want. Despite this, I noticed that I have not seen a single Olympus ambassador who actually uses this flash for macro photography. All the ones that I have seen on Instagram, they seem to be using a Godox flash. Mostly the bigger ones like the TT685 and the newer models seem to be very popular. So, like, I think that also says something about the performance of this flash, that even the Olympus ambassadors themselves don't seem to be using it that much. Anyway, let's do a quick test. And before recording this video, I have done tests with the GP Photo Flash batteries, which are among the best batteries in the world for flashes. But my GP Photo Flash batteries are a couple of years old, so just to be on the safe side and to really give this flash the best possible opportunity to show its strengths, I also yesterday purchased brand new Panasonic Eneloop Pro batteries, which are also supposed to be among the best flash batteries in the world. And I charged them fully overnight, and I only taken like a few shots with them 1 hour ago, so they are almost fully charged. So it's like some of the best circumstances that you can have to perform well. So let's try this flash. Let's do a 40 photo focus stack and see how it performs. These are the Eneloop Pro batteries. Sorry about the noise. Just because I'm recording a video and because I have the window open because it's very warm today. The garbage truck decided to show up. And I don't have the patience to wait for it to leave. So I'm gonna shoot a series of 40 photos at 132 in strength on this flash. Which is like the level that I need to get good light in macro photography with a good diffuser. It seems like this flash is almost exactly as powerful as the Godox v350 because they both give the same light output with the same diffuser at 1/32 in strength. So they seem to be like the same, roughly the same power. Alright, I'm turning on the camera now and I'm gonna do a series of 40 photos. Let's see what happens. Oops, I forgot to put my camera in bracketing mode. Right. Alright, as you could see, it took 2 breaks. And this is okay, I think. When the batteries are just a little bit more drained, I saw a lot more breaks. Like, often it took like 2 photos, then a break, then 3 photos, then a break, and then 5 photos, then a break. It was actually irritating enough for me that I cancelled my photo walk. It was just so frustrating. But now it performed pretty okay. 2 breaks in 40 photos. That's pretty good. Let's try again. Yeah, so pretty decent with brand new Eneloop Pro batteries that are almost fully charged. Let's now compare with the Godox by putting the same batteries that I just used in the Godox TT685. And this is a Sony flash, so I have to use my Olympus trigger here to get it to work on my camera, but that shouldn't be a problem. Right. And I'm actually shooting this flash in 132, and this is a more powerful flash, so this actually gives more light than 132 on the Olympus. But let's try this for fun and see what happens. And as you could see, it took, or at least as you could hear, because the camera is not really that good at catching flashes that are so fast, it took a series of 40 photos in rapid succession with 0 breaks. So this flash is definitely more powerful and also faster than the Olympus FL-700WR. And that is, I think, the reason why even Olympus ambassadors seem to be using this flash and similar flashes from Godox. And this flash is, of course, also 1/4 of the price of the Olympus flash. Now let's also do a quick test with my favorite flash, the small and cute Godox v350. So the batteries you put into this flash look like this. This one is fully charged, and putting it in. And I'm shooting at 1/32 in strength, which has shown to be about the same strength as the Olympus 700 WR. So it should be a fair comparison. And let's see how well this one does a 40 photo stack. Zero breaks. Flawless performance. Now it's saving images to memory. And now it's finished. Let's try again. All right, one small break towards the end. And that is also a part of why it is so tricky to compare flashes, because it's a lot about the battery and the current power level in the battery. When you have taken a few hundred shots, the battery will of course be weaker. And this is what I saw with the Olympus FL-700WR, that it performs like pretty decently when the battery is brand new and fully charged, but when the battery is like half charged after like being out for half an hour photographing, it performs a lot worse. So my conclusion has to be that I do not recommend the Olympus FL-700WR for fast focus stacking in macro photography. If you're not doing focus stacking, it doesn't really matter. Then you can use any flash you want and it will be sufficient as long as it is decently powerful. I am a bit surprised about this. I know that flashes maybe is not Olympus' core business. Their core camera business obviously should be the cameras themselves and the lenses. And when it comes to the cameras and the macro lenses, especially from Olympus, they are my favorites. They are the best equipment that I think is around to do insect photography out in the field. That is why I use them. But when it comes to flashes, I'm gonna stick to Godox. Even when money is not a factor in the decision, I'm still gonna stick to Godox, because as you could see, they are more reliable when taking fast series, when doing focus stacking, at least from what I have gathered. And that's it for this video. Please tell me about your experiences with this in the comments, and see you soon again in another video.